Hello and welcome to October. I've already recorded this once. I've been up since I don't even know when. I've been awake for 84 years. I have no idea. My house is a complete mess. Half of it's clean. I'm throwing things away that I used to covet. I recorded this once. It was like 54 minutes and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So let's get into October. That might be how you're feeling. As though everything is falling apart, but nothing's falling apart, but it's kind of falling together. Relationships are changing in ways that you never thought possible. You're seeing a lot of people that maybe have been married for a very long time or have been together for a very long time, or people that were archetypal, like you would idealize them to be like the perfect couple, or like they held the family together, and they're starting to show that they're separating or taking steps towards that. You might be feeling as though peripherally there's this like impending doom of like, what's about to happen over here? Yeah, welcome to October 2024. Welcome. My name is Sarah, if we've never met. I am a channel. The way that I work is that I open myself up to source energy. I channel messages for the collective that are of the highest and greatest good of all involved and invested. We speak in lenses around here because I wear these gorgeous glasses, and we speak through the lens of astrology, a growth mindset. We have a foundation in personal growth and development. We incorporate metaphysical practices into our very busy life, into our lifestyle, so that we stay on the path of our most authentic self. I'm here to bring you back into alignment, to help you make sense of things, but also to help you find connection. So my intention for today's video is to talk about October 2024. I have some key dates that we're going to go over, and there's a few shifts that I'm making within my content and within my personal or professional offerings for you. I'm very, very excited. There's not too many massive shifts that I'm making in October, but in November, I'm going to be having more offerings for you. On the 2nd, tomorrow, if you're watching this on the 1st of October, the 2nd of October, on the new moon eclipse in Libra, my new laptop arrives. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. I had someone very dear to my heart make this happen. And in her words, she had just said, I believe in you. I really believe in you. And so if you're new here, I have been wanting to do more lives and things like that, but I, work off of my little telephone over here. And so my new laptop is coming. So I feel like it's either going to be the 7th or the 14th. I'm going to be doing lives on Mondays. Could be Q&A style. It could be, probably tarot as well, just because that's how I tap in. Could be channeling, but we're going to have coffee. I'm thinking it's going to be around 11 Eastern Standard Time because that is accessible for my West Coast people. But Nuno, let me know if that time does not work for you, and then we can make that happen. I want to make sure that there's some lives that are available for you as well. So please let me know. So let's talk about the astrology. What I have behind me in the general wheel starts in Aries, works all the way around over to Pisces. I have the 1st of October up right now. And so what we're going to do is talk about there's a few key dates that are going on. That's it. And I've already talked about them in the... Actually, I forget. I don't think I mentioned all these dates in the Libra equinox. I might have talked... I don't really remember. But it gets us to the last day that I'm concerned with is the 22nd when we talk about Scorpio season. There's also what I'm going to be offering since the thank you. Okay. Pardon me. Since the all signs readings have been so well received on YouTube, what I'm going to start to do is an all signs reading for the season ahead. Not so much the month ahead. I like doing the month ahead this style because it's a little bit more leadership. It's for my corporate subscribers and things like that, just to go over the key dates. But I'm going to do an all signs reading that is going to be the season ahead. And so I'm very excited about that offering. So you're going to get 3 all signs readings a month. I think that's it. Yes, I think that's it. And since the laptop is coming on the 2nd. The first live tarot reading, because I'm going to do a live tarot reading on the 1st of the month, isn't going to be until November. So things are happening, but they're happening at the pace that God wants, not technically the pace that I want. So that's all that's new with me. What is new with you before we get started? How are you doing? If you're new here, it's literally just you and I having coffee, transcending time and space. Yeah, you know more about the multiverse than you think you do. YouTube is a great parlay to do that. So where are you? When are you? I'm in Gloucester, an East Coast island town, Massachusetts. And it's the 30th. It's Monday the 30th as I record this. When are you? Where are you? There's a lot going on. Yeah. I kind of heard and felt like a collective Nancy Kerrigan. Why? Just DuckDuckGo it if you don't know that reference. But so like the title of this video states, this is, we're in the depths. For some reason, that's like a hard word, like depths. It has a lot of pronunciation in it. The words that I wrote down, or the notes I wrote down: hunker down, let it settle, trust the current, you'll know, the cocoon, weeding out, might feel like you're living in two different realities, trust your community, don't let them in. I might just re-record my Monday video as well, because I recorded it around the same time that I recorded that October video, and I didn't like the October video. But stop fighting the tides is the theme of this week, which is just the first week of October. Actually, let's use peach for you to go grab your coffee or tea and your journal. Pause the video, go grab your things. It's a mini peach selenite, but you have to say it as if you are Peach from so the last video games that I ever played were Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo. So in Mario 64, at the very beginning, when you turn the game on, the little letter that came up is, "Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool, Peach." It's that. So, all right, let's go through it date by date. And because the 2nd is the new moon eclipse, I'm putting the link for the new moon video. I already have 2 videos for you: the new moon eclipse video in Libra called Soul Fam, and then the all signs reading for that. And then I'm also going to put the link for Reverence for the Villain, and I talk about that a little bit in the beginning of the Soul Fam video, because sometimes people come into your life to teach you how to be strong, to teach you how to, hustle culture is dead, but right now I do want you focusing so intently and so heavily on your goals. Being present, yes, but staying forward thinking. Right now, nostalgia is like this incredible theme that has waved over us all. And I'm, not, this is coming to me now. So, like I was saying, it's already Christmas time. I'm already listening to Christmas music and stuff like that. And yesterday, I noticed that I was concerned about things in December, where I was like, how am I going to deal with this? What am I going to do? And it was because of the nostalgic music that I had been listening to. So I turned that off. I just put on my lo-fi again today. And I recognize now that being where my feet are and being present is kind of the solve that will help you navigate this current reality. We don't have a classic new moon until the beginning of November. So although normally we manifest on new moons, which we have on the 2nd of October, it is also an eclipse. So keeping our focus on this trajectory is amazing, but the nitty-gritty of manifesting, how do I say? Eclipses are when 2 things could happen. If our soul has gone, strayed to the way lines, gone off course in my Boston, the eclipses are going to smash us back on track. If we've been this is paradigm hopping energy, this is waking up in new realities, this is the right people, places, things, and resources, like my laptop to mirror you, finding you at the right time to say, this is going to help you get from where you are to where you're going. It's like the bridge energy. And it could be very unexpected. It could come in ways that you least expected. It could come at times and in places and situations where you least expected. Definitely there was some, I think it was Scorpio, and I think Capricorns, all signs reading, where it's like you're out in the woods. It was Scorpio, and you're out in the woods and you're doing your witchy stuff and you're doing your woo-woo and you're just like feral and like with your rocks and stones and bones, and somebody comes up behind you and they're like, hey, you look super cute. You want to go out for dinner? You're like, what? I'm doing my woo-woo and I'm manifesting a partner and I don't know what's going on. And they're like, yeah, I just like took a walk in the woods and you look really cute. Like you just like look like a black cat that I just want to like take care of and stuff like that. You're like, but they don't see that. They don't see that. They don't see the negative that you see in yourself. They think of your ferociousness as adorable. You're like this cute little kitten that they just want to love up on. So I know a lot of people have been waiting and doing, there's nothing that I can say to make the feelings feel any different. I'm just validating across time and space. Sometimes the astrology is not what you want to hear. Sometimes the astrology is, there's validation that, everything's falling apart and that relationships are changing and that everyone's getting divorced and people are leaving the planet, aka dying. And you're just like, that doesn't help the way that I'm feeling, Sarah. Sometimes validation doesn't help. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes all I can say to you is I see you and I honor you. Yeah, I'm right there with you in it. I definitely, I don't have all of the answers, but as a leader, I'm right alongside you, figuring it out, navigating my reality to the best of my ability. And I'm never slipping into lack or fear. I'm just facing everything with my highest integrity. That's a leader. That's what I'm here to help you with. I heard a perspective, it was a little short that really, it was Lewis Howes, The School of Greatness, and it was the guy that like had started Whole Foods or something like that, I believe, so I don't know his name off the top of my head. But he said, someone that's looking to, manifest big things or make more money or do whatever it may be, he's like, what would be the best advice you would give them? Add value to people's lives. Add value. And it really resonated because I wake up, and yes, I have that short of my Capricorn moon. It's like, how can you monetize it? But I wake up and I'm like, okay, what offering can I create for my community? How can I best help? How can I best support? What can I do to add value? I think that's what the all signs reading going into this season's, that really resonates, because I feel as though if we have a theme as to what we can expect, how we can manifest new moon, how we can release full moon, it makes it all a lot easier. So when things come up, you're like, oh, you're not meant to be here. Oh, you just lied to me. Oh, this is what's happening. For example, for myself, I'll speak from I statements and then we'll get into the astrology. I had a situation pop up just this last weekend where someone from my, past, I was straight lied to. Lied by omission, lied to, and one of my dear friends, one of my top fives, my VIPs, was like, girl, you just got lied to. And honesty is my number one value. My number one value. And so there's also been a few moments as of late that I've noticed, no, I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to gossip. It's not worth it. I had given that person kind of like a free pass, or put my guard down, so I didn't have like my lying antennae up. But there was another situation that happened over the weekend that I walked into a room and I was like, oh, your voice went up 5 octaves and your butthole just shrunk up. You were talking about me the second before I walked in this room. And so that's always fun to know. But I get it. I get it. I take up space. But the people in my life that are not intimidated by me, I want them to take up just as much space, because me taking up space doesn't take away from you. But that's why I hustle towards stepping into rooms that I'm meant to step in, instead of staying and working it out in rooms that I know I'm not to be in anymore. Okay, let's get into it. Okie dokie. 1st of October, this is what we got. 2nd of October, we're going to have that eclipse. I'm not going to mention a single thing about it because I have 2 full videos on it. The links are below, about soul fam. This is relationships, and then the all signs reading. So I'm not going to talk about that at all. The 9th of October, we have Jupiter going retrograde in Gemini at 21 degrees. This is seriously aspecting my natal Saturn. So millennials, I would really check your natal Saturn and Uranus placements, because these could be an opposition of that. That might be why you're feeling a little bit intense as far as wherever your outer planets, your Saturn is placed and things like that. So there might be some intensity, but also some it's like blinders are getting put on you so you can stay in the lane that you're meant to stay in. This is very important. I want to talk just about, so the 11th, Pluto is going direct in Capricorn at 29 degrees. This is also very important. This is a huge week. Yeah, the 2nd week of October is a huge week. I want to talk about something that I'm going to give us 3 dates. This is Jupiter aspecting Chiron, and they're going to be in a sextile. So I have Jupiter right here, retrograde, sextiling Chiron, retrograde in Aries. We know sextiles, it's like our favorite cousin showing up at the party. It's great free-flowing energy, not so much like a trine where it's like the yes friend, but this is good, workable energy. This is good stuff. So these are 3 dates. The 12th of October, this is a sextile at 21 degrees. The 2nd of November is a sextile at 20 degrees. And May 18th, 2025, we have a 3rd sextile at 25 degrees. The note that I wrote down is this is where you can do something differently. This is where you can help. So again, to go back to adding value to someone else's life, adding value to this world, I'll speak in lenses. Chiron and Aries, in the beginning, the storefront view of my life. Aries is the I am statement. It's the infant baby ram, the first sign of the zodiac, the ascendant on the general astrological wheel. Chiron is the wounded healer, that wounded warrior. Might be a little bit of a wince of oh, I know I have this mastered, but it feels like a past life, for lack of a better term. And also, if you're new here, my guides, show me images over here. I've got a very galactic screen over here, and I've got a past life view over here. And so there's a lot of tabs open in my channeling right now, and they're saying humanity's guides. I've been talking a lot to galactic helpers for the United States, but right now the guides of humanity, and this could be your higher self, this could be so many different versions, but humanity as a whole, we all have something that we have mastered in this world that can help another. That's Chiron and Aries over here. A lot of my Gen Xers are really going through it right now. I have a whole video on Gen X's waking up, whether they like it or not. They're having their Chiron return, which is called a midlife crisis. And these eclipses are happening on top of their natal Pluto. I have a whole video. It's called Gen X's waking up, whether they like it or not. Astrologically, they're just going through it. But for everyone, when Jupiter goes retrograde in Gemini, we're not going to be as gullible as maybe we once were. And certain components to... I'm going to plant a seed, but I don't want to get into it in this video because it deserves its own video. It's a very personal experience. I saw my shaman last week, and it's a very personal, childhood trauma video. So I just don't even want to invite that here, but I'm going to plant a seed that I will do a whole video on it or themes of it. because certain things that had been hidden from me since childhood were shown to me in a way that I immediately forgave myself. I forgave the moment, and I don't even want to speak it into this world. There's a lot that is coming up, has come up, will be coming up, just astrologically, of maybe, idealized beings that weren't that great. Jupiter in Gemini, and there's 2 whole videos on that in the longer range transit playlist, an introduction as well as an all signs reading for that transit. Definitely go check that out. Tons of information. Jupiter is expansive energy. Gemini is the twins, so it's expansive information, so much information. So, I've given you spider webs of like hours and days of Sarah alone in this. So what's I feel as though is happening here, it's a lot of like, I'll just do it myself. I'm taking my power back from this situation, and I don't even, it's like, yeah, you can get mad at people that you idealized being bad people when you didn't really know them anyways. You didn't really know them personally. And so, I'm just listening to my guides. Like, I can't go back to my childhood and fix the things that happened. I can just forgive it and say, wow, I can be helpful to other people. I can be helpful to other people that have gone through sexualization as a child. I can be helpful to other people that have past life type of sexual trauma. I have a whole video on my past life tale playlist of sexual traumas, so definitely go check. If any of this is resonating, please reach out directly for a consultation, and please go watch those videos. They're heavy hitters. But if you've experienced any of that, there could be, a tendency to want to lash out irrationally and to, grab your torch and pitchforks and go, burn it to the ground and get mad, instead of just saying, wow, that happened, and then move along with your life and help others. So I feel as though there's going to be, this is fascinating, astrologically alone, maybe like clickbaity information on public figures, secrets coming out, all different things. The 13th, we have Mercury going into Scorpio. Where did you go? Oh, it fell. I don't even know where it went. Into the abyss. Into the abyss. Well, the moon is... Sorry about that. We'll deal with it. We'll do it live. I'm kidding. So when Mercury goes into Scorpio on the 13th, that's going to be another astrological lens. Mercury, our communication planet, going into Scorpio. Think of the Scorpio tail. Like, that has a lot to do with poisons. It's deep, dark, transformative energy and things like that. So there might be information coming about that has to do with those types of things, toxins and stuff like that. So instead of, this is something that I had recommended to do, I want to say 2023, like in the beginning of 2023, which was when you hear something, see something outside of yourself that is triggering, say, thank you, that's really interesting. I'm going to go home and I'm going to talk about it with my VIPs, with my families, and we're going to decide together what's best, what my response is going to be to this. I'm not going to react. I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to see that Jupiter retrograde in our expansive communication and information. And I'm just going to say, wow, that kind of hurts. Chiron and Aries, that kind of, I feel like a dunce. I feel, sometimes when our pride is hit, Chiron and Aries, natally, that's, a lot of like a wince, and I'm not allowed to exist. I'm not allowed to be who I am. Definitely go check out the Gen X video. I'll put the link below. Ooh, sorry about that. And so that week, the second week of October, is a big one. What can we do about it? What can we do about it? truly. If it's not right in front of me, I'll speak from I statements. I live in the United States and I have tons of friends on, both sides of the political parties, tons of friends. It's a soap opera. It doesn't affect my daily life, and I'm very, very blessed to live in a free country that is the United States. It really doesn't actually affect my life in very topical, hands-on ways. I mean, I just pay a lot more for groceries. That's literally it. So one thing that I ask people, because I'll listen, I'll hold space for you. I have no affiliations to either. I'll say, okay, well, how would you change it? In your daily life, because we've given a lot of power to something outside of us that's not in this room. So what can you do every day in your daily life to better the world? What would be the best case scenario for everyone on the planet, every human? Not just the people that believe the same things as you do, but everybody. What would you do different? Like, how could you see, a beautiful world for everyone? Not just your favorites, but part of the awakening is wishing blessings on everyone on the planet, including your perceived enemies. This is the house of open enemies. So Libra season, it's like choose your friends and your enemies wisely. So that's exciting. That's really exciting. Okay, let's continue. On the 17th, the moon has fallen down onto the floor. My apologies. But we're going to have a full moon in Aries at 24 degrees. So the sun is over here, and then the moon will be over here. Chiron is going to be at about 21-20 degrees. So it's not going to be conjunct by degree, but Chiron is going to be a player in this. And I will have an entire channeled message, introductory video to that, and an all signs reading for that. So I'm not going to get fully into it right now. I'm also going to have Venus that same day going into Sagittarius. I've mentioned that before. That was, I've Venus and Sag on the same day as a full moon in Aries, and it's post-eclipse season, so we'll be just releasing and we'll, be receiving lighting information. Full moons are when the moon is bright in the sky. Completions, closures, celebrations, as well as things coming to the light. In Aries, self, I am, with Chiron in the mix. So we'll talk about that more later. But with Venus also going into Sag, this could be a time where a lot of people change their hair, change their look, change their relationship. Like I myself, a few years ago, have gotten certain piercings when Venus went into Sag. And just so... This could also be massive fluctuations in money coming and going. Sag is the archer. It's, big reaching things. And Venus is our abundant planet as well. It's our money planet as well. Oh, found it. It's on the other side. So there we go. There's the moon. And so that's an exciting time. And because eclipses are not really... Like I said, it's not the season to be manifesting right now. And we haven't really had a proper new moon or time to manifest since the 2nd of September. And we're not going to have a proper new moon until November 1st. So what were some really great questions to ask yourself? What were you manifesting on the 2nd of September? It was the new moon in Virgo. The title of that video is All Systems Go. If you want to watch that, there's an all signs reading for it as well. But what were you focused on then? And ask yourself, like, what set stage pieces have been crumbling from your life to make space for that to happen? How have you been pushed into that reality? How have you been able to stand up for yourself? This is, Virgo, which is the house of daily life and practical service. How can you be best of service? How can you add value to this world? Please go check where that new moon was falling in your chart. Please also check where Chiron and Jupiter are transiting in your chart. These are big, important places where you can actually wrap that all up with a bow. These are places and areas of your chart where you can take actionable steps. Although we are not manifesting, you can actually do something physically in this world to be helpful, to be of service, that helps more people than just yourself. I want the people that you surround yourself with to fill you up as much as you fill them up. I want it to be an equal exchange. I pour into the people in my life, my friends, my family, my community, my clients. I pour into them. There's not a single one-on-one session that I think I've had to date where the person did not say, that was a lot. You just gave me a lot. And so my community pours back into me, the people that I keep closest to me, my top fivers, as well as my clients. They pour into me financially. That's an equal exchange. Balanced scales, Libra. It is important, and I really would love for you during this time, like I'd said, weeding out the cocoon. It's, it's the parable of the cocoon. I was chit-chatting. I was at Boston Clearwater Company, and I was picking up my water, and it was just having an amazing chat with the owner. He's a great person, an incredible soul on mission. And he was, telling me the story of the butterfly, which is when you try to crack the cocoon of a butterfly from the outside in, when that butterfly comes out, it might not be able to fly, might not be fully cooked. Same with an egg. If you crack it from the outside, that bird might die. You have to let the growth come from the inside out. You have to let the butterfly finish its full transformation. Wait till the chick is ready and it cracks itself out. So keep being in what you're in. Trust what you're in. Trust what's falling away. It gives space for the path to be clear. Trust it. Really trust it. And so who are your top 5 people? Write them down. What are your top 5 values? Write them down. And I would say making sure that the people in your life, they don't have to have the exact same values, but having at least like 3 to 4 of the similar values. Like honesty is my number 1 value. If you're not honest, I can't keep you around me. That's just non-negotiable. Absolutely non-negotiable. And so I'm listening to my guides. Weeding out is also best for the person that's, not 10 out of 10 for you, because you're not a 10 out of 10 for them either. They might not have this language. Okay, so there's a lot, like I've said, relationships are really changing, and I want to highlight right now that you might have I'm going to use this term for lack of a better term, but like a succubus. You might have somebody that doesn't want to let you go. And this could be a colleague, this could be a peripheral friend, this could be someone that's like, we're going to be best friends forever. Or this could be a relationship, whatever it may be, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter how kindly, gently, beautifully you end things, create that separation. People can only see you as far as they've seen themselves. So if we know that that friendship, I'll use the lens of friendship, is not best for you, you have to be okie dokie with them telling a different story about you, or AKA being the villain. And if we go watch that Reverence for the Villain video, because I'm the villain in a bunch of people's stories. Really, really. I've not always been the, sober channeler that I am. I got a past, I got a history, and seriously, there are many days that if people maybe to this day saw me walking down the street, they wouldn't be so excited about it. And I have to be okay with that. I have to accept myself radically and see my shadow and see my darkness, see my light and what I can offer and how I can add value. But again, Libra scales, also viewing my darkness and saying, someone's got to say the adult words. Someone has to say the thing and say, no more, stop. I'm uncomfortable with this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not participating in this anymore. Someone's got to do it. And it's the leaders. So it's you and me. Awesome. It's funny, when I recorded this video this morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I literally went on for like 10 minutes at the end trying to wrap it up nicely with a bow. So going from Libra into Scorpio season, and the last date is the 22nd when the sun goes into Scorpio. There's really no sugarcoating things. There's not. I think just with the lens, I'll go back to the 13th when Mercury goes into Scorpio. Oh, I tried to wrap it up with a bow in a nice like Sarah way for a while, but there's no way to wrap being in the depths of your own processing up with a bow, aside from saying, I'm also in my own depths. That you're not alone. Sometimes that's all it takes for people to keep going. Is just say, you've got this. I see you and I'm matching your energy in my own life. Yeah, what are your top 5 values? Honesty, freedom, financial time and location freedom, that's for me. Community, family and friends. Processing. Like processing, being healthy mindset, exercising, like working on myself and being of service. Doing something to offer to the collective during this time period. Those are my top 5 values right now. What are yours? If you'd like to comment below. If not, you can send me an email. I try my best to get to everyone's email. I am actively searching for an assistant to be helpful with me, to give me more time to be able to talk to everyone. So I apologize if I don't get back to everyone right away. I am trying my absolute best, and double email, please. If it's something urgent, please double email me. Please double email me. It is not overstepping in any capacity. I'm trying my best. I've never built my own company before. It's so much fun. I love it, but we're getting there. So when Mercury goes into Scorpio, a lot of people are going to be left on red. If you have spoken no as a complete sentence, time and time again, especially with Mercury when it was in Libra over here. And then when we had that Mercury retrograde over here with the Leo and Mercury went retrograde from Virgo back into Leo, went through Libra quickly, and now we're over here in Scorpio. So if you've set boundaries and if you said no and you feel like you're living in the twilight zone with someone, when Mercury goes into Scorpio, you're just not even going to participate anymore. A lot of people aren't going to be like, per my last email, blah, 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 blah. Your silence is going to be roaring, because what we know about Scorpio is that it is like fixed negative water energy. This is the depths. This is still water runs deep, run by Mars and Pluto. So when a Scorpio has made a decision, they do it quietly. You have no idea how deeply Scorpios process, how deeply they feel. So it might seem to you like they've cut you out, or that they're all of a sudden they're not there anymore. You have no idea how many hours, days, weeks, months they've spent figuring the situation out. But once they've decided that it's over, it is over. It is over. It's like a cancer. It's like blocked, deleted, done, unfollowed, everything. As if that season and that ceremony is completely over. But yeah, you don't cry every autumn because summer's over. You just frolic in the leaves. And like, it's literally, you're frolicking in death of trees. Yeah. Also, find a way to like really enjoy Scorpio season, because it's the tarot card that represents that decan of the astrological wheel is the death card. So we can't fear these cards. I talk about that in my Tarot Essentials program, which the link for my digital products is below. Definitely go check that out. If you're keen to add, my references, resources, and hours of Sarah into your daily tarot, that Tarot Essentials is for you. The guides want you to know that if you're trying your best, you're doing a great job. You're doing an absolutely great job. They want you to maybe, if you feel safe and comfortable to do it, do a little bit of mirror work in a cheerleader way. I want you spending time in the middle to be like, you are awesome. You got this. You are worthy. Like, I really want you doing that, so that some of the first words that you hear during the day are inspiring words. Yeah. I'm going to record a whole little video for you to listen to, because I want you just feeling so empowered going into your day. love it. I'm listening to my guides. There was something that I talked about in the first video that I'm asking. I'm going to leave you with this. So I'm going to put the link for Rory. Oh my God, it's like Bader. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his last name or what his last name even is. But in his book, Procrastination on Purpose, which was his second book, he talked about his, first book going, being a wild success when it was released. And a lot of people were like, how do you feel to have this instant fame, this instant success? Like, how does that feel? And he goes, I've spent years of my life working on this. Years. It's not so instant. It's instant to you because you didn't see the depths of what I had to do to get here. I was talking about that to some colleagues just the other day where, I'm, in the YouTube partner program, it's so cool. I'm just so grateful to be here. And someone, made a comment. They were like, I really hope you get like that instant success and that like one of your videos like goes viral and that you have just like hundreds of thousands of people and it's just instant success. And I said the same thing that Rory had said was, this is years of my life that I've put into this. Figuring out what works, what doesn't work, trying and failing over and over and over again. Rep after rep after rep after rep after rep. So keep it up. I know that I've said before that hustle culture is over. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't want you grinding at some corporate job. It was the smoky quartz, I think. Yeah, it was the smoky quartz. But I want you working towards your freedom. Every second of every day, I want you focused on that. Being present. Am I here? Am I now? What do I need? How is my body? Do I need water? Do I need coffee? Do I need community? Do I need a friend? Do I need a hug? Like, check in with yourself and your body, but stay focused on what it is that you want. This is, last human quarter. This is going into, this is autumn, this is springtime, this is going into a new season, this is a changing of the seasons, changing of the tides, 2024 to 2027, the changing of the guides could be a video for you. But let what is coming up right now come up to be seen as a past life or an issue. It's like that thing that you thought was like a whitehead, but you didn't really know, and then it kind of became a mole, and now it's just like a very poppable whitehead that you're like, I can just get rid of this now. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Yeah, just let it do its thing. And the second that God opens that door, you go. You go. That door's only for you. Yes, I want you to, check your teeth and rouge your cheeks and make sure you look good. God will hold the door for you. But when it's time to walk through the door, you will know. What questions do you have for me? How are you feeling this energy? Again, tons of resources for you. I'm probably just going to post this today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow on the 1st. And I'll have my tarot reading tomorrow. The new moon eclipse is Wednesday. I channel my channel message on the day of the new moon or full moon. It's like the potent energy. So that'll be posted on Wednesday. I think that's it. Let me know how you're feeling. I love you. Proud of you.